Hi, everybody. This is Ursula from the Ascension Playground. Thank you for joining me today. Well, what a week. We're moving into the month of August, and I couldn't help but just give one more fun galactic astrology soul reading. Something about doing this and sharing it with you, it just opens up something within me that is as exciting as painting is, but perhaps on another level because there's this engagement, this feedback. So I really appreciate any and all commentary and feedback because it inspires me to keep going. So today, let's see, we are going to be working with the chart of Zen Mama. Okay, Terry, Zen Mama, happy to share. And if this is your first time landing on the Ascension Playground, just a little mention that the conversations here are really to help share any and all navigational tools that might help bring balance to your life. You know, the whole field of astrology, it's huge. It's like learning a whole foreign language. And then what's been exciting for me is to add this galactic layer. So we're not even just staying within our planets and looking at the aspects with the nodes and etc. But it's looking at adding the stars back into astrology and then testing to see, does this feel right or not? Has the narrative shown up in my life or not? So the theory is the moment of your birth, there's like a snapshot of your cosmic self-portrait. And in that self-portrait of the astrology chart, basically you can see the pre-agreements that your soul made before coming to Earth and incarnating in this lifetime. Now, I know that's pretty fantastical. However, let's test it for accuracy. These are stories. And when you look at your life, all of us, it's really, we govern most of our life by the stories that we were given as a child or that we've decided to pick up in our adult and young adult life. So here we are. Let's look and see how Zen Mama Terry is doing. Okay, let's see if this will happen. Here's my screen. Now, look at this. As I've advanced and I've put in my application for certification as a galactic astrology soul report practitioner, I'm getting a little more professional with my slides. Okay, so I went on to the free online calculator called www.galacticastrochart.com. And from that, I downloaded this information. So Zen Mama, here you are. So here's how the story goes by adding the stars back into your astrology. We first look at Pluto, the most distant planet, whether you want to call it a dwarf planet or other. It's still a reference point for astrologers to look at and see how it has shaped the lifetime. So Zen Mama, your Pluto is sitting in Virgo, and the constellation Pisces. Now, I don't want you to be confused. There's the Pisces in the zodiac of the two fish. This one is really Piscis austrinus, the southern fish, and it is one of the royal stars. I'll be sharing more about that soon. So we imagine that when you first came to this solar system, that your soul first originated in this southern fish constellation. And then you made these journeys into places like Centaurus, Draco, Lyra, Pleiades, Hydra, Orion, Lepus, Cetus, and oh, up here I've highlighted Hyades. All right, the reason I've highlighted this one is because we're going to go check on your moon in Gemini. This constellation Hyades perhaps has your most recent galactic lifetime. And that energy, being most recent, may be held in your energy field now as Zen Mama. When we look at where you originated from, sometimes that's in the subconscious and may not feel as familiar. So that's how the game rolls. It's like, here's my origin, and here's my most recent lifetime. And in between, we have other um, lifetimes. So, what you're seeing are basically, in astrology speak, the conjunctions and oppositions, which point toward very strong likelihood of incarnation in those systems. All right. Well, if I haven't lost you, I'm moving to the next page. Boom, boom, boom. And here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start with your most recent lifetime. And if you'll notice, I went ahead and I highlighted Hyades. Okay, your moon natally is at 4 degrees Gemini, 29 minutes in the second house. The second house is what you value. It's love, relationships, and material possessions. It's a very personal house. And yours is in Gemini. And in your most recent lifetime, here we are. We have Hyades, which is conjunct a fixed star called Hyadum 1. And when we see it is only 45 minutes in conjunction to your moon. This means that the energy of this fixed star, Hyadum 1, so I'll spell it out, Hyadum 1, because there's another fixed star in the same constellation as Hyadum 2. If you did some homework and Google researched, what is the star seed characters and traits, or characteristics and traits, for a Hyades star seed? You're going to find some cool information, and that information may feel familiar to you. Now over here, you can see a little red star. I wanted to point out that your moon is squaring a royal star called Fomalhaut. Okay, so when we see royal stars, as I'm learning and evolving in my languaging of this galactic astrology, this is a key point to bring up. The 4 royal stars basically hold up the heavens. That's the analogy, right? So when you go back to the Persian Empire, Fomalhaut was one of the key royal Persian stars. This star holds and carries the energy of Archangel Gabriel, the messenger. So what this tells me is, especially with Gemini, the communication, and Moon, how you feel about your interior self, you have the ability to tune in and invite Archangel Gabriel to come and basically give messages to you. But when we look at your most recent lifetime, we can add that flavor of your star family, saying, yes, my star family from the Hyades constellation, I invite you to join me to help with my communication with the royal fixed star Fomalhaut, bringing in and inviting in Archangel Gabriel, the messenger. So this fixed star also is one where, I'm not sure if this lands well with you, but it's one where that people who have this in their chart typically have, especially early on in life, a very strong connection to Jesus. And so this idea of Jesus and the messenger Gabriel who announced Christ's birth, there's a beautiful energy in this lineup of your moon with these 2 items. Okay, here we go. I'm coming down here. Here's your chart, and I'm going to expand it a little. All right, now if you want to take notes before I go further, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 more areas in your natal chart, Zen Mama, where you have royal stars showing up. We have Fomalhaut again, Archangel Gabriel showing up on your Neptune line. We have Fomalhaut with Archangel Gabriel showing up on your Pluto. And down here on your vertex, and people wonder, what's a vertex? This is a calculated point in the heavens that basically show where you feel most blessed. And so I'm giving the short answer there. And so you've got the fixed royal stars of Aldebaran in the constellation Taurus and Antares in the constellation Scorpius, supporting your most blessed gifts of this lifetime. And here comes Hyades. So you've got some fascinating things to talk about. And if you're interested in exploring more, I would consider taking Julia Balaz's online course. It's called Galactic Astrology 101, just to learn how to read your report a little bit more. Okay. And if that interests you, please use the auxiliary link, the affiliate link that helps to support this playground along with helping Julia as well. All right, but where did you originate in this lifetime? My goodness, here comes Fomalhaut again, right here, opposing your Pluto in Virgo at 3 degrees. Fascinating. I'm going to stop sharing. You know, I just started looking at the royal stars of Persia, and there's only 4 of them. So when they start showing up in people's charts, it just gives me pause. Like, why does it keep showing up in the most, in the several readings I've done recently? And so I tune in myself saying, okay, look at the 4 corners of my life. There's 4 quadrants. And so these 4 stars help navigate time and the calendar, but also geography, how to navigate on Earth using the stars, but looking to these 4 fixed stars as how to go forward. All right, so let me pause here for a moment. I do want to show you Zen Mama, your astrological wheel, and to show you where your fixed stars are showing up. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Here we are. Look at this. I know this looks like New York Times Square with a lot of things going this way, that way. But it's a way when you start familiarizing yourself with the zodiac wheel. Here's your natal chart, the moment of your birth. This was the cosmic snapshot that astrologers use to help navigate and understand where you are today. All right. I like to start by looking at, this little box here. And what we can see is you have many of the boxes filled, which is good, but there's some areas that, like in the area of mutability. So mutable fire, nada. Mutable water, nada. What does that mean? So if something's going to be initiated, how well do you react to change after a course has been set? So if someone initiates or you initiate, but then something comes in and changes, that might be one of those sensitive spots for you. Mutable water speaks to this idea of how well are you with the shifting of emotional stuff? Emotional intelligence. First I'm this way, then I'm that way. So the shifting of emotions. And then there's a little space here on fixed earth. So, holding your ground might be another one of the little challenges. And then cardinal water. How do you activate your emotions? Are you a little bit more like, oh, okay, I'm pretty set. This is, fixed as saying I'm pretty set, but how well are you at initiating emotional aspects to your life? So we just look at the soul saying, I've agreed to play this game so I can expand, and I've given myself areas, the blank areas to help work on. All right, so here we go. We've got Aries rising. So the ruler of Aries is Mars. And when we look at Mars, it's sitting in your 6th house of service. Okay, here it is in Virgo. Then we look to your sun. Your beautiful sun is in the 5th house of Leo. So Leo he's in his home. Your sun is in its home. So you have an extra bright light, to share with the world. The world is your stage. Here it is. And then we look to your moon, your inner self, and we go back here, and it's sitting in the second house of Gemini. All right. So we look at this chart here. Your sun is super happy. You've got a very strong light, and July 29th. Wouldn't you know it? That's the same birth date, not the year, but the date as my sun. And there's another system called destiny cards. That is the card of the Queen of Hearts. So it's all about a lifetime of relationships. You know, the Queen of Hearts is the ruler of relationships. So how have relationships shown up for you? Are you doing pretty good? Because the Queen rules. All right. You also have a very strong Saturn and a little bit issues with where your Venus is and your Uranus, a fall and a detriment. Anyway, don't let that sideline you. What it's saying is you brought yourself into a place where you have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So you've got some strengths and you have some areas of challenge, and you're going to work on it. Okay, but going back to the galactic. So here's the Hyades, Hyadum 1. Do you see how there's two little blue marks right next to your moon? This is where Hyadum 1 is merging its energies right here, right with your moon, right? And so when we looked, we saw the Hyades was your most recent lifetime. Here you are. Can you feel into that most recent lifetime? What does it mean? Google, again, starseeds, Hyadum or Hyades. Next, we look at where is Fomalhaut? Here, up here in this huge 12th house. Here it is. It's in Pisces in Fomalhaut. Here we go. And it's exactly opposite your Pluto, which is conjunct your Mars. So there it is. Let me stop sharing for a moment. This idea of giving little mini readings, they're like little taste tests into proving for yourself if there's any type of accuracy here. I know when I started learning about astrology, I would get a little bit upset that if the language got too high above me, I felt lost. And so part of what I like to do is just bring it down to earth and try and offer some practical wisdom. Like with this type of lineup, what did my soul intend to do in this lifetime? And I'll just add one last thing because I want to give you a little practical wisdom. Here we go. I'm coming back here. For everyone listening, when you find out where your natal north node, this is T for the true node, where it sits, okay? So for you, look at this. It's sitting in the 7th house of relationships. You know, Libra is all about relationships. So you're really here. You've come in with a lifetime of being in the 12th house, of dissolving into the great ocean, feeling everything. But in this lifetime, you're going to be challenged to look at how you show up in relationships. You know, so the setup is, well, how easy, how challenging. Well, you've got quite a few planets. You see this pile up over here in the 5th and 6th house, and even up to the 7th. These are all the social houses. It's you and another person, okay? Up here, it's more transpersonal. This is about you out in society. But the predominant feature or theme in your astrology chart, and adding in that Queen of Hearts destiny card, you're here to really challenge yourself with relationships. You know, and those are relationships like you and a significant other. It could be one particular child. It could be a partner, a marriage partner, a business partner. So it's about you and how you hold space in relationship. And let me tell you, not easy, right? But you challenge yourself with this. So I guess my final comment would be, you know, holding space that you're going to learn, you're going to make mistakes like we all do, but you're also going to have victories. Because now if there's this awareness and you see, where is my north node? What is it I'm here to do? Because people are asking, what's my purpose? What's my mission? If someone said, all you have to do, Zen Mama, yes, be the Zen and be the Mama and hold yourself in relationship with the other as your greatest cosmic lesson to learn on Earth. That's all you have to do. Learn how to play tennis fairly, with good boundaries and knowing the rules. And when someone breaks the rules, reminding them. So it's relational. May light guide your path. For those who are listening, if you like this Ascension Playground to help you learn and advance with tools, then please consider subscribing, liking, or sharing. And again, I can't say enough about how amazing it has been for me personally to learn through Julia Balaz and her online classes. And consider using the auxiliary link just to check out what are the classes. But I am finishing up on what's called a Quantum Soul Guidance Practitioner's course. So very soon, and I mean very soon, I'll be certified. We all knew I was certifiable, but soon I'll be certified. Okay, may your beautiful August hold the light and space for all your dreams to come true. Thank you, and see you next time on the Ascension Playground. Thank you, Zen Mama. Bye-bye.